So that's about it for the Crisis crossover, right? Oh no, you're saying we have more? We should talk about it.
So sincere, and he's like, "Do you want some gum?" And like it just drops out of his mouth, and he's like,
"No."
He's like, "I want to chew on it a little bit." And from that moment, I was a kid too. I'm like, kids are disgusting, and I fucking hate all of them. I'm never going near a kid. If a kid offers you any kind of food or anything to take, it's the flu. It's just the flu.
That sounds like some Bob Burger shit.
Sprinkle a little Ebola on top of that shit.
Down.
Oh, like the fact that it just dropped out of his mouth, like on cue, his tongue was ready to just be like.
Not the first time he's done that.
No.
He's offered that to somebody else. Somebody else
the
took
innocence of a child. I want you to have some gum, but it's like, but that's nasty as fuck, though.
But I also
enjoying it.
I also want you to have some typhoid.
That's right. It's a very fine line. Let's go ahead and jump into today's episode. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Escaping Podcast.
The best podcast in Colorado Springs when it comes to all things geek, nerdy, and everything in between.
And by everything in between, he means those days, months, weeks, minutes between crises. Crises? Chryslers. The minutes between you and your Chrysler building. Today, we, as always, are here at Escape Velocity Comics downtown. And just a quick disclaimer, our thoughts, our ideas, our naked bodies sitting here warming your hearts do in no way represent that of Escape Velocity, its staff, its crew, its families. Any of those people. It's just us.
It's funny because the first thing that my wife thinks of when she sees my naked body is Escape Velocity Comics.
Well, you got to stop branding yourself.
Not because I have a brand stamp on it.
I am Daniel. As always, to my left, I've got...
Kills for show, a.k.a. I can't feel my city because I run it like Diddy.
God. Diddy Kong?
P. Diddy.
Oh,
Puff Daddy. Sean Combs.
Puff Daddy.
Can't stop, won't stop.
As always with us, we've got the man, the myth, the person you'll never find no matter how hard you look.
That's right, and they've been trying, is the guy with silver paint on his fingernails. Okay. I'm surprised nobody's brought that up lately.
I don't try to look at
this is an audio format.
We are very inclusive here, and whatever you choose to do with your body, man.
I'm just trying out for the lead role in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Okay.
It's TJ. How you doing?
We've got very few restrictions, like don't blackface and don't wear Crocs. Other than that, you're fine.
That's pretty fair. All right.
Joining us this week is our resident DC CW-verse Green Lantern loving... Batman
like
versus Superman defending Ryan Reyes. How you doing, buddy?
The Zack Snyder cut does exist.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Did you see the recent tweet? Daniel, we lost
put this table back up.
Oh my God! He actually flipped the table. Dreams do come true.
Man, all it took was a Green Lantern reference, Batman, Superman, and then the Snyder cut.
Okay. And before we even get into this,
triggered.
For all the people that wants the Snyder cut, be careful what you wish for. Because I read about it. I heard him talk about his vision for that whole trilogy. And I'm not a fan of it.
No.
I don't like my Justice League being dark and dystopian when we don't even get to see the heroes be heroes. Everything is a countermeasure of them trying to keep Superman from killing more people because he sided with Doomsday. I mean, Darkseid, my fault.
Doesn't matter because it's a bad movie that no one's going to watch.
And then they got to explain how the Flash was fast enough to run back through time. I ain't figured that.
Yeah, right.
And how all that connected, and what were other Green Lanterns doing in the sector while Earth was going to shit.
Man, they were just partying. They knew if they got rid of this one, it'd be fine.
And Cyborg was just a head in a fucking glass case and shit. Man.
Well, that's a lot of information for a version that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
because he wrote it. They was going to shoot it.
He didn't write anything. He just keeps adding to it every time, and he's like,
he's like J.K. Rowling on the Harry Potter books, and then this might have happened.
That's right.
Yeah, and I didn't like it at all.
And Superman's gay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just saying. Go to the J.K. Sorry.
He gotta be something. He's fucking aliens.
He's right. Yeah. If he's clapping alien cheeks, he doesn't care. Let's talk about some good DC stuff though today. Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, we will.
Whew! What a big one, guys.
Yes.
How familiar are you guys with this series?
You talking about the series?
The 12-issue series, the original stuff, or what's going on with the TV show?
As far as like the comic book side of it, loosely. Like, I know of it. I've never sat down and read anything because it came out in, the 80s originally?
Yes.
And it had the famous cover
50, 60 years ago.
Yeah, it has the famous cover of Superman holding Supergirl's body in his arms.
Yeah.
So that's the most I know about it from the comic book and just how it was all about there's because DC's already been about multiple Earths, like 52 different Earths.
Oh yeah.
And this was a way for them to kind of bring them all together because they always had issues.
It was
It
was a continuity issue because originally Wonder Girl was supposed to be like how they capitalized on Superboy and it was Superman, but then she showed up in Teen Titans books and everyone's like, wait, how?
Yes,
I think it's a fairly common problem with, common I suppose. But anyway, if you have a title or a series or a universe that's gone on for 60 years and you have multiple writers and multiple new adventures and new twists and turns, somebody introduces time travel, and then now you can go in multiple dimensions. Yeah, your continuity is beyond fucked up. And so every so often you got to have a clearinghouse, an event of some kind that's going to wipe away all the stuff that didn't work, that's too old, that's no longer part of the real universe anymore, and then boil it down to 52 Earths if you want.
Right, because it was infinite before.
Right.
Yes. Well, one of the things going with that was
this
connection.
This was their first real way of dealing with it. Like, because hey, we've gotten too big. We need to address all this. So instead of it being, multiverse exists, anything can exist, they boiled it down to one universe, which is what led up to Final Crisis. Not Final. Sorry, was it Final Crisis or Infinite Crisis?
It's just Infinite Crisis.
Infinite Crisis. Yeah.
Final Crisis was the last one, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And I thought it's
final. So many fucking. Well, no, because now there's a new Crisis coming in the DC universe.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
There's a whole new Crisis starting.
Final Crisis.
I just read that Dark Multiverse one.
That's what he's doing. Yeah,
that one was sick. I like that one.
Ryan, what's your familiarity or history with Crisis on Infinite Earths?
I actually have that huge trade paperback. I've read it twice. Still kind of know what's going on. Like over a long time because you know how like it's just so long of a read, and then you start forgetting. Man. Yeah, it's exhausting to read, but like I'm pretty familiar with it. I'm excited. It's just simple, kind of like what you said, and they just had one reason to simplify the whole entire universe. But now it's funny because they're going back. They instantly jump back to the 52. Like I just finished the 52 weeks.
Oh yeah, you were telling me you're reading that, and then you're like, "Can anyone buy this off me? I don't want it anymore. I don't want it."
It got really good on the last few issues, but yeah, I mean, I just think it's funny that they brought back the 52 universes. Now it's more complicated than ever.
It's ridiculous.
And like TJ was saying about ways for them like to. Tidy up, get rid of loose characters here or unpopular characters there and bring them all together. It's one of those things because Marvel always been one Earth, and that's how they kind of kept their readers and what their brand was like. You see Spider-Man here, then he be in Avengers. It's not like that Avengers book with Spider-Man is this whole totally different Earth. It's the same Earth. So that's one of the things that separates Marvel from DC at the beginning because DC was all over the place. But then you come to see as the years progress, Marvel started adapting the multiverse theory too, and started bringing in their own Earths. And then we had, like, for example, Secret Wars, which is kind of like their Crisis on Infinite Earths when we get all these different universes put together in one.
And you're talking about 2015's
Yes, the latest one by Hickman, not the OG one back in the day.
All praise Hickman?
Yes, sir.
Are they trying to do that for the next phase of Marvel? The Secret Wars?
I don't... That's rumors.
Well, you talking about the MCU?
Yeah, MCU. Yeah. That's a rumor, but honestly, I don't think that'll happen until we get the X-Men and Fantastic Four firmly implemented into the movieverse.
From what I've heard, Annihilus and Doctor Doom are supposed to be set up as the next main villains leading up to Galactus.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Doom isn't even a Fantastic Four villain. The Black Panther villain.
That's what rumors is too, because like Kings, Namor, no, Doom, sure. Okay. It could be all three, and only time will tell. Yes, might as well, because a lot of characters don't even debut in their respective stories.
No, not at all.
And it makes sense, because Black Panther was a Fantastic Four character first.
So
if you bring in Doom, that could be a good segue to bring in everybody else.
Do you guys think it's necessary to have all these different universes and multiverses? Does it keep you...
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I like the idea of, going back to Marvel, God, this is the most Marvel-centric DC episode we've ever talked about.
No,
and I love it.
No attention.
There's Marvels by Alex Ross and who is it, Busiek?
Busick, yeah.
Yeah,
That's how you pronounce
and
it.
it's amazing. But then there's another one called Ruins, and it's as if everything had. If there's marvels, there must be ruins, and it's everything going just slightly different. Professor X is an evil man. Spider-Man's a radiator. Yeah. For more on Professor X being an evil man, listen to literally any of our other episodes. That's all we ever come back to.
You're a jerk.
And he's like, I know.
Sums it up nicely.
But as far as DC goes, I like that we get the crime syndicate in Another Earth, you know? You get it.
Yes.
I have. It was one of like because I used to be a huge collector on like the old school like first appearances. Like I have the first appearance of the Crime Syndicate. It's dude the cover. It's just so colorful and it has Power Ring on the front. Oh man, I love it.
So you asked Ryan though if it's necessary to have all these different universes, or if we like
like what's your opinion? Like, does it draw you in any more interest than?
So I'm of two minds. One, I would prefer that if Wolverine were in one comic book, that he was not in the other comic book.
Once again, a Marvel character.
That's right. And so,
all right, Batman.
So sure, yeah.
It's
yeah,
80
how about that?
books.
I think so. Kind of. Do you mean like? Because I've had this problem, like Hal Jordan in the Justice League. Yeah, he has his own separate comic book. You would rather have one or the other.
Well, or at the very least, have it plausible that these two adventures could happen at the same
time.
month.
Exactly. That's what kind of confused me at first. I was like, "Where's Hal?"
So that's I would
right.
prefer that, but that's just me personally. But I think that for the comic industry, I think that having a multiple universe scheme, whatever sort of paradigm they use to introduce a new variant of a character, a new different direction for that character to go, or a new storyline, I think it's important. But I think it's also important that we sweep away that crap that didn't work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, and before we go too much further in more Marvel comparisons, let's talk about the two big forces at play here in Crisis on Infinite Earths. The Monitor and the Anti-Monitor, which, very creative names. Like, just right there, marketable. They're monitoring, and one of them's not monitoring.
It's like the guy who made up the movie named Cars.
That's right.
You're a genius.
Just so I understand it, that'd be the
Planes.
Watcher and the Anti-Watcher?
Yeah.
Okay,
Or the non-Watcher. Or would that be the Watcher and Daredevil?
Because he can't see.
You got it.
For the record, I think he sees a lot more than the rest of us. I think he sees with his heart. I think he sees with his heart.
He sees me.
That's right. That's
Really?
right. But the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor, they're basically the Cain and Abel of the DC universe. These two forces, not to be confused with Cain and Abel from the Sandman universe, and that's a whole.
Or the Bible comic book, like you were talking about.
Yes.
I don't talk about fanfic.
Or the Shadowrunners.
The Bible is the worst fanfic I've ever read. Just it's too much. It's too much. Oh, if you turn around and your wife's gonna turn into salt, and then you're gonna have to sleep with your daughters. What?
I would buy that title. That's incredible.
Word. That makes sense why it's such a hit in Alabama.
So who's the Monitor? And who's
God.
talk to me about the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor.
I can't tell you much, but they both were big, interdimensional, almost omnipotent beings. And yeah, that's about as much as I get from it.
There's only one of them, right? They don't exist in all the universes. Excuse me. There's not multiple monitors, right? There's just one monitor.
See, that's a hard one.
That is a hard one.
Because each universe.
No, because they oversee the universes.
But there's been stories when these.
No, you're right. You're absolutely
no.
right. Like the Watcher, or not like the Watcher.
It'll be
more like the Living Tribunal.
Yeah,
because they oversee the universes and like
Marvel reference.
yeah, they're just the overseers.
Yeah.
So like there's one Anti-Monitor, one Monitor.
That makes sense.
But how did that work with the New 52? Because then they killed that Anti-Monitor and used his body to fuel some type of.
It was part of the Tower, but that's introduced here in Crisis. But before that, before New 52, before any kind of rebirth,
and
we had these two,
was fucking
and
with everything.
the Monitor. What's that gal's name? She splits off into a bunch of different versions of herself.
Harbinger.
Harbinger.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I can never.
So Harbinger is sent to go across the multiverse, just kind of snatching up people like, hey, shit's going wrong, come be a part of this. And when she finally reforms, one part of her was infected by the Anti-Monitor. So when she gets back, it's like, oh!
Use protection until you go.
So Anti-Monitor and Monitor, what side do you fall on there, Ryan?
I don't know. I just like the antimatter. Well, because like if there wasn't that, like I kind of always lean a little bit toward like the evil that's coming, because
side.
then you don't get a badass storyline like this one.
It was definitely huge for the time, because they had a lot of continuity problems and said, how do we fix it? Well, instead of just, rewriting it and starting it from zero and not telling anyone, let's kill a bunch of worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they did just that.
It'd be popular. That's for sure.
Yeah. And, with the popularity of that and obviously with TV going the way it, has been, of course the CW was going to pick up on this.
Of course.
Now, when do we start seeing seeds of that in the CW verse?
Well, first of all, I'm going to challenge you on the of course part.
Of course.
Of that, because...
It's not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's good.
Yeah. Whoa. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got popping in season 3 when they killed Trip at the end and they introduced the Inhumans.
Another Marvel reference.
When Trip died, I cried. And that's true shit. I didn't want that to rhyme though. Like that really hurt my fucking feelings because I wanted that love triangle between him, Gemma, and Fix, but we never got that because he wasn't trying to get with Gemma, but Fix was just all in love. But look, I'm gonna just stop right there. But yeah, all
right, they belong together. They're like Ross and Rachel.
They don't belong together.
They're both trash.
Yeah,
that's why
maybe, work. Maybe they do belong together because they're all garbage.
True. Yes, that's true.
Phoebe was good.
No, Chandler was awesome.
What is going on?
In case you get lost trying to follow the thread of this conversation, we'll throw out a Marvel reference every now and again to bring you all back.
What was the first reference of the Crisis?
Yeah, in the CW verse.
Literally the first episode of The Flash.
Explain.
Yeah.
Explain it, Ryan. Ryan, explain it to me like I'm a child.
The freaking where he touches like that bubble room, whatever. I forget his name, but he comes back every single time.
Talking about Wales?
Flash. What? Yeah, Wells.
Are you talking about Eobon Thawne?
Well, Thawne. Like where he goes into that room for the first time on that first episode and it says, Flash vanishes in Crisis.
Yes.
And written by Iris West Allen and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And Gideon.
I was excited. I was very excited. I mean, I've dipped down a little bit over the past however many years it's came, like, ever since it was referenced, but, like, these crossovers are awesome.
And the date keeps changing on the show.
Yes, because the future's always fluctuating, too.
Mm-hmm. I guess I remember that reference as well in the little chamber. Yeah, I get. But
the time chamber.
But at the same time, I don't know. It took them like what? How many seasons are they into? Like 7 seasons.
Yeah, same with Marvel. They had to plant that seed at the end of Iron Man. Like, hey, we got this Avengers thing.
I think
there you go.
I think that having the massive crossover events in the MCU, another Marvel reference.
We're just gonna call this
episode
have a Crisis on Marvel Universe.
But demonstrated that the public can follow these multiple threads and bring them all together. And so until then, I don't know they really had any plans to cross them over in Crisis anyway. I know Arrow and Flash talked to each other.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I wouldn't say Crisis on Infinite Earths is where they were heading.
Yes.
But they kind of left it open-ended and wrote themselves to a place where, of course, it was going to end up here based off the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Exactly.
And that's been a fun Easter egg.
And that's the Marvel effect. Mm-hmm. They see what Marvel did in the movies. And it's like, we can't do that in movies, or the Warner Brothers that they have that
Warner Brothers is never going to be able to pull that off in movies.
They will at some point. I have faith in them on that aspect. But as far as the TV side, it was like, hey, we can do this. We have these characters. We already introduced the Flash here. If we just sit back and just wait and set it up and see how it goes. Let's do one small. Yeah, let's do 2 people here and add a third and build upon that. And they did.
I forgot they even have Jonah Hex. Do you remember his cameo on that?
Yeah, Legends of Tomorrow. They had him.
So the only CW show I keep up with now, like I tried to get all of them, but I couldn't because there's too many.
It's a lot.
It's not enough.
I only keep up. Yeah.
No, it's really not enough.
I only keep up with the Flash because, like, I think you referenced, they save all their money for these crossovers.
Yes,
and it is so worth it. It's like the best TV crossovers I've ever seen.
Which is why we get so many low budget episodes, but they pay off when you get these.
Okay, so every episode of The Flash is like, all right, Barry, you can do it. You don't need to fight him. Don't cut our budget.
How am I going to
You throw one more thunder punch and you're getting canceled.
Defeat the man, not the power.
How am I going to defeat him this time?
Run, Barry, run!
Run!
And it's that same.
What if I just run harder? Try that. We haven't done that before.
We didn't do that in the first fucking episode, and then
you gotta run at this angle.
That's right, upside down. No, but that being said, I do like the Flash. It's a pretty good show. It's extraordinarily clean. That's the first thing I noticed of it. Everything gets wrapped up in 1 or 2 episodes, and then put into the little transparent quantum
the new
chamber.
villain looks like Venom. He's so. Do any of you guys keep up with Flash?
Oh yeah, I watch everything.
Oh okay, because now they're doing the whole they're introducing the dark
Bloodwork.
matter.
Yeah.
Bloodwork. The most creative name.
No, Monitor and Anti-Monitor.
Oh, I just feel bad because that's Mohinder from Heroes. I'm
Granny
like, man,
goodness.
I know.
they wasting you on this too, brother.
He's always going bad places, man.
I know, and he's a great
He's
actor.
a great actor. Even in The Office.
I
He
didn't
showed
know
up
he
in the
was
last
on
season of The Office and
Word.
gets left by Kelly to go with Ryan and
Of course
left
he
with the
is.
baby.
See?
Oh,
Brown
that's
people
where I
get no
remember
love.
him from.
They were
Okay, yeah.
heroes.
Also,
okay.
Heroes.
Heroes.
You got a
No,
weird
Heroes?
bush.
Heroes? No, I never watched Heroes.
You need to watch
He
it.
basically Hank McCoy's himself. Another
Yes.
Marvel reference.
It was like the fly is
Yeah.
all buggy and
Oh,
super strength and
The
shit.
only way we understand it. Get lost. Look for the Marvel reference.
That's
You'll find your
right.
way. You
We'll,
can come back to us.
We'll leave a light on for you.
Dr. Light.
Am I Tom Bodette now?
Trail of Marvel breadcrumbs to find our way.
So going back to the CW verse and the Crisis, this isn't the first Crisis we've seen in universe. There was one, which was technically the Elseworlds episode, but Crisis on Earth X.
The Nazis.
Yes.
The Nazis.
Yes.
Swear to God, why can't people just like go back to like 1963 instead of my God, instead of the
fight
Nazi
in
era,
Vietnam?
instead of like the 20s with the gangstas,
So
the
you,
OGs.
you want them fighting like an overlord Al Capone instead of
They did on Legends of Tomorrow.
See?
They fought everybody on that
I want them
series.
to
That's
be
why
like,
you
Hey,
gotta
the
watch that
super
show.
gal.
I want them to become part of like the civilian workforce and go build highways in Kansas. That's it.
That's what they need.
Instead, they always got to go back to Nazi something or other. There are a lot of other bad people in the world.
It's almost
Sometimes
as if
the Nazis win.
Yeah, it's almost
You
as if the
gotta remind
Nazis
people.
are still here, and as if they've never gone
Exactly.
away.
If you
They're
don't
sending a
remind
message.
us-
Anywhere the Nazis are, we will find
That's
you and
right.
destroy
Any
you.
universe, anytime.
Don't they say in we talked about this, you and I, Ryan, about how anywhere they go, they're very vocal about how they hate Nazis.
Oh my god, yeah.
Who's that?
Not that that's a bad thing. Not that Ryan is not saying
That's a
it's
good
bad
idea. You
thing.
should say that if they're involved. But damn, there's literally billions of years of history. Why do we have to keep going back there?
Because they keep coming back
That's-
like roaches.
We had
It's
to have the whole
2019 and we still got to worry about Nazis.
we had the whole crew. We had the whole crew of the Starship Enterprise go back and fight the Nazis.
Had to.
And, well, sure. I mean, that time
We've
Yeah,
had
I guess they
multiple
came back.
Doctor Who's
Then there's
come
space
in and
Nazis.
God
fight
damn it.
I
space
see Machete.
Nazis and Hitler himself.
Oh
This
my
is why I
God.
love Uncle Sam and the Freedom Fighters.
Kung Fu.
Oh my God!
They whoop ass in Crisis.
In Crisis, they're constantly just fighting World War II perpetually.
Over and over again.
It never ends.
And they love it.
Aren't we all?
Ah,
So that's about it for the Crisis crossover, right? Oh no, you're saying we have more? We should talk about it.
Back
So-
to Crisis.
It might not be
so Crisis on
responsible to
Earth
drink
X
alcohol.
was that when we were first introduced to the Monitor in the CW verse, or
No.
when did that actually come into play?
Wasn't that in Arrow? I don't watch Arrow, but
That was a fourth crossover that they had when they went over and had to fight the Nazi versions of certain heroes. That's when we got introduced to the Rey, and he has his own CWC cartoon, which I watched. They're only like maybe 5-minute episodes. It was fun. If you have the app, watch it. If you don't, download it. It's for free. You should check it out because they're going to try to low key set him up for his own series. But I think
Okay.
because of the issue of him being a gay male lead, that they didn't pick it up, so they.
You're telling me homophobia still exists here in 2019?
Of course it does.
I thought we got rid of that like we did the Nazis.
Nope.
Of course we did. Like it's still here, but it's like
we outlawed it. I think
some
it's
places.
gone.
Yeah,
Oh, it's like racism.
yeah, because they were trying to get the Rey to be like in Legends of Tomorrow, so he'd be a legend, so they could like try to spin him off in his own series, but they didn't pan out. So fast forward, we get Batwoman. But yeah,
how is that? How is Batwoman?
it's meh.
Kelsey's probably not the
Madwoman.
best person to
It's
ask about it.
passionately
I call it Mad Woman instead of Batwoman. Like I was gonna get to that when we start just going down, breaking down like each series and things of that nature. But you don't have to watch it. I don't
Okay.
recommend it. At least Supergirl give me something aspiring, some action, some story, some acting. That can at least be like, hey, I get it. You don't like things with a bunch of women, cool, but at least you have these aspects. Because some men are put off by Supergirl because it's very women-driven and focused. But I'm like,
But not you, Kelsey.
no, not me. I love women. I love women in every shape, size, and form, baby. Unless it's Mystique in the X-Men movies, because she could have stayed dead.
Wait,
respect for the Marvel reference, but damn, what do you got up against Mystique?
No,
She's not an X-Men. She should not be
hold on.
That's
but also, you're talking about Mystique, who can change into any shape, form, and you said you love women.
But she could have changed to a shape or form to save those movies. Sorry, Jennifer Lawrence. Your star burned brighter than your character art. That's all I'm saying.
Bringing it back around to CW. When is the first time that we see the Monitor show up?
I don't know.
Kelsey.
I want to say it's at the end. It could have been Crisis on Earth X, but it might have been Elseworld. When
that's what it was. It was on Elseworld.
After the ramifications of Barry going back in time. And,
was that like the second crossover, Elseworld?
That was the most recent one. Yeah.
When Barry and Oliver switched lives.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
Barry was the Arrow and Oliver was the Flash, and they gave him the best relationship I always wanted was with Felicity and Barry being a couple, because that geekness was radiant, and I loved it.
Love that shit.
What could have been?
What should have been? So I love me some Iris too, girl.
She's pretty good. I guess she's
pretty
fine.
good.
I mean, yeah.
She's way shallow.
Yeah. It's not great in the first season, but in the first season.
But she had a man though. She was strong, man. Barry was always her little.
She had a man who was gonna die. So
she didn't know that.
I want Ronnie to come back.
That's what I was
gonna say because you guys said she had a man. I was like, wait.
No, you're thinking Caitlin Snow. We're talking about Iris.
She is great in that show. She's one of my favorite. Killer Frost in that show is one of my favorite characters, man.
Word.
So with that, do you think we're going to see more of Killer Frost in this Crisis?
Oh, yeah.
She had a huge part to play. That's all I kind of... Like her and Firestorm, they had a big part in Crisis.
Big part in the comic book.
Yeah. I don't remember it. I read it twice, but I don't remember it. But I always see the panels like with them two, and I hope they expand more on their characters.
Well, I think the bottom line is you're going to see multiple versions of everybody. So Caitlin's got 2 versions, so... Yeah, there's got that and more, I'm sure.
Well, we haven't even touched on like the rumored cast, the confirmed cast, what they're saying they're going to do with this thing, because
it's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
So how's it going to develop there, Kelsey?
All right, we're going to go into my brain real quick.
Yep.
Like I've been calling it since Jump Street. As soon as they said it was Crisis on Infinite Earth, so I'm like, boom, you have to give me Brandon Roth as Superman. Because he's already, and the first thing I said, Brandon Roth Superman have to do it.
Can't actually believe they brought him in. They're going to bring him in.
Oh, I knew they were going to do
That's
that.
Pretty awesome.
Like,
he was already like, what's the old tiny dude, the Micro?
Adam. But it's the multiverse. Yeah. The realms of possibility. Because they already brought in Barry Allen's dad in the series.
Oh, yeah.
He played the original Flash in the old 80s or early 90s Flash. And his mom.
That as it came out.
Yes, and the Trickster played by Mark Hamill was that. So you already had that Flash coming back into Crisis as that Flash. So you could give me Brandon Roth as Superman.
Sure.
You already had Dean Cain on Supergirl. You might as well have him come back as Superman. You have the Superman that's already currently on Supergirl, and then you have Tom Welling. If he's willing, and we see that, he's going to be back as Clark.
Yeah.
I haven't confirmed if he's going to suit up or not.
That's
I don't think he will.
We're seeing
Wasn't there like some
Clark.
rumor that he would not wear the S?
That's why he never did. Like when he was back on Smallville doing his reign, he said he would never do it.
What was the reason for it?
He just didn't want to. He didn't want to.
For his family, it stands for bullshit and not hope. So and when asked to elaborate on that, he goes, "Well, what does Snyder start with?" And oh my God, an S. And everyone was like, "Don't ever wear that again. Don't ever fucking wear that again."
Find my way to that joke.
I was like, "Troll is in effect." The troll.
He's being serious. Hold on.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh wait, no, Zack Snyder."
Nope.
It's like you people don't know me.
Well, we do. We just thought maybe he's going to give us a
We had
answer.
hope.
He just said he didn't want to be, I think, more or less bogged down and feel the responsibility of being the man in tights. Because Smallville was the journey of Clark being Superman, not about being Superman. So that's like his personal, like, Batman, I'm not going to shoot nobody with a gun.
So, hey,
I'm telling women, I said I'm not going to wear the S on my chest, so I'm not. I'm going to be the blur.
How are we going to get to Crisis on Infinite CW show?
Well, so far from what they've been doing with this series or this season, Oliver has been visited by the Monitor saying, "You're gonna have to die. If this is gonna work."
That's been happening on Arrow too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to have that discussion at the end. Like, who do we think is gonna?
Well, and that's
we already know
because Barry is also been told this.
But
I think that's the Monitor playing it safer instead of putting it all on one person and saying, like Doctor Strange with the one like.
And plus, we know the Arrow's getting canceled for a reason.
Yeah.
This is the final season.
Instead, it's as if Doctor Strange, another Marvel reference, put up 2 fingers, maybe 3, and was like, it's a little, we'll see. You know? Yeah. Right. But Oliver thinks he has to make the ultimate sacrifice. So does Barry. Neither of them have communicated with the other one. Neither of them know that they've seen the Monitor.
Classic.
And that's one of those things too about these crossovers, like. Oliver, you having all this problem with fucking Diaz?
Right.
Ricardo Diaz?
Right.
You, boop, boop. Barry, come real quick. All right, what's up? He's a problem, all right?
You would think, hey, this dude is literally harnessing dark matter.
Yes.
I need everybody over here because he's doing that shit in that shit in space that nobody knows what it is. I need a little bit of help.
Exactly. Damien Dark's acting full with dark magic. I don't need Constantine. Hey, Barry.
Yep, done.
Real quick. And they had 2 flashes.
Hey, no, you gotta remember. They don't have enough CGI for that.
I know you don't have to show them. No, you don't have to even
Crisis.
show them. You're like, what happened, to Damien? Oh, Barry just came in real quick.
Yeah.
He's already like.
But also, they're destroying worlds. They're destroying other worlds already.
Oh my
the
God.
antimatter is making its way across the multiverse.
It is not playing too.
No.
Is the anti-monitor because the monitor that we're seeing right now is the monitor. Is the anti-monitor gonna be like a Fabio White guy?
He's gonna come in looking like Red Tornado. I am your ruler.
I look like absolute shit.
And it's like, hold on, did you get your makeup done already? He's like, is this?
Yo, that's a bucket.
A chum bucket.
And there can only be one.
And there was one where Red Tornado has never came back or been missing again.
Yeah,
really? No, it hasn't never came back.
Well, so with the Monitor and the anti-monitor, because we haven't seen them yet, if they go from what I'm seeing recently in the series, they're kind of alluding to people not necessarily trusting the Monitor, and it looks like he's setting up everything bad that's going to happen.
Is it because he's black?
Well,
with those weird.
I mean, the
cornrows.
anti-Monitor is white, so setting up a black man would be par for the course.
Hey,
just makes sense.
We right here, baby. We right here. They can't see that gesture, but
Nope.
we right here.
But
That's probably true. Even
in Crisis on Infinite Earths, a comic book, Anti-Monitor doesn't come in until halfway through. He's just like, oh, well, here's the Monitor. He's doing his thing. And then the Anti-Monitor is like a disembodied voice, and you're just not sure who it is. And then when he shows up, yeah, he's...
So why do you think that one of these heroes might have to make the ultimate sacrifice?
Because story-wise, like I said before, Arrow's getting canceled, so it only makes sense that the Arrow will be the one that dies, just from knowing that as a fan. And then Barry's always talking about sacrificing himself. He already did that once by going to the
Barry
Speed
has
Force.
a complex
Like,
with
all right,
sacrificing himself.
I'm a die.
Yeah.
Wait, how about we figure this out? No, I'm just gonna die. It's cool. Get used to being without me.
What I wish they would do instead of being like, oh no, I'm going to die, they should do the thing like they did in Crisis on Infinite Earths. You would see very early in the comic that Barry would run back and have these like visions, and like people would be like, what the hell was that? Like him screaming at like either Batman, like help,
Well,
like something's going on.
Which Zack Snyder tried to do with Justice League.
And succeeded.
Batman versus Superman.
Was it on
BVS.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
BVS, where he's
Yeah.
like, don't trust him!
She's the key. Don't wait. I'm too early. Rats. But like no, they already pulled a Doctor Strange with Barry because he was on the cosmic treadmill, or when he went to the coma, he went through like a million different possibilities, and every possibility he fucking died. And the only way for everybody,
for everyone else to live,
my fault, for
is if
everybody
he
to live
dies.
is if he dies, and that's the only way that all these infinite
which
possibilities.
again sounds like some Manifest Destiny bullshit, where he's like, it's gotta be me, guys.
Some martyrdom there.
Yeah, oh my God.
it's
Well, you may have seen like 3 trillion, but you haven't seen like 5 billion.
I'm saying there's an infinite amount of possibilities. Just because you've seen a bulk of one doesn't mean that there's not the exact
like
same
no,
bulk
Iris,
of the other.
this is how it gotta be.
I guess so. No one's still. We haven't really answered the question though. Is how come he's going to have to make an ultimate sacrifice? What is it that's driving everyone together? That's the crisis.
At the moment, it's the word of some alien.
Yeah, we don't know per
I
se.
know, but what's it going to be?
What was in the comic? He had to run so fast back in time, right?
Like
to try to reverse time.
Well, he also had disappeared. before that.
Yeah.
He was just disappeared. And so when he shows back up in the comic books, everyone's like, what the fuck, Barry? He's like, hey, everything's wrong. Sorry. Can't stop.
And is that the comic series when he ran so fast he turned to a skeleton and the only thing was left was his costume? That iconic scene. Yeah.
And then when you get to Final Crisis later on, you find out he's been chasing this bullet and Death is right behind him. The, what's that black speedster?
The Black Racer?
Black Racer is behind him and he's just chasing this bullet.
They had him in the Flash TV show.
Yeah, they did.
Sick.
That shit was
So,
sick. But
there's a chance we'll get him coming back,
Great.
Gustin as Barry Allen later on after disappearing for so long.
But I guess to answer your question, TJ, it wouldn't be a superhero event without somebody dying. So they either got to die sacrificing themselves to stop that anti-monitor or distracting them long enough for somebody to figure out the way to reverse the anti-monitor wave.
Well,
and no, you go first. And do you think this would be a way for them to either retcon everything when all the worlds come back, like all of the Dragon Ball Z Tournament of Power with Android 17 Wish, or is this their way of putting everybody on one singular Earth?
I think it's the latter, because even in the comic books, it's Alexander Luthor, who his origin story, his origin story is very similar to Clark or Kal-El, because they're like, oh, our world's dying. Let's just shoot him out into the Eververse, and we know that the multiverse exists. He'll end up somewhere. He'll be fine.
He's a great villain.
He's a great villain.
That's cool.
Because he's not a villain at first, or at least he's not perceived as a villain.
Subject: I want to see Superboy Prime.
We didn't even get to him.
Sorry. You two need a room.
There's several here. Hyperbolic chamber.
Yeah, because he was that in Crisis on Infinite Earths where he. And also in Infinite Crisis, where he kills Superboy.
Yes. Superboy realizes he was being used by Lex, and he goes mad with power. And
Superboy Prime is he's a badass. He's one of my favorite villains.
And answer your question though. So why are they doing it, and then what's going to happen afterwards? Yeah, I don't think there's any stomach or appetite or patience, endurance for the audience to go all the way back 7 seasons and see a whole new Flash.
Yeah.
And so,
which Oliver has seen himself do. He could survive on another world, but he has to go through and relive as a different Oliver.
But the audience won't follow.
No, it's bullshit. So
it's
bullshit.
It's going to be some way to clarify some things.
Yes.
Like Arrow's going to stop, like you said, and then so there's going to be probably my guess is a team series that's going to come out of this.
Do you think he'll pass the torch from like Arrow
his
to
daughter?
Somebody else?
No.
Maybe it would. Maybe they both end up because we know the Flash is going to continue the TV show.
Yep. Well, no, I'm not talking about the Flash. I want Flash to continue, but I don't want Oliver to pass it on to his daughter because she's from the future and all that.
Yeah, which it felt really like a ripoff when they had Barry's daughter show up from the future, and then they got. Oliver's daughter from the future.
That's
like, whoa, where'd they get that idea from?
It's comics. When you read enough comic books,
just lean over the cubicle and see what's going on in the Arrow writers. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, you can copy it. Just make sure it doesn't, look like you copied it.
Grab Valante's behind it
red and not green.
So he's gonna use the same ideas.
Is Wally West still on Legends?
No, he's doing some soul searching.
But they have announced he is coming back for Crisis.
Okay, good. Because if Barry does end up disappearing, I don't know. They really wouldn't. Maybe for
you
a
have
few
to have
episodes.
A speedster.
Yeah.
Because remember when Flash went into the Speed Force on that season, he was gone for 2 episodes.
Yeah, and he was right back.
Yeah,
maybe they do a huge time jump next season.
We're supposed to get a time jump after this whole event.
Exactly.
Oh, really? Is that?
Yeah.
Did they? Okay.
And if Arrow stops, then unless you want to put some kind of an Arrow on some Archer on a team. Then.
The first episode for Legends is episode 5 or 6 of the event.
Oh,
that's the first. That's episode 0 of Legends.
Yeah, because Legends don't come back until next year, and the event is a couple of weeks out. But my biggest thing, since Arrow season 5, was cancel Arrow now before even all this got here. Put him on Legends. We don't need no more Oliver story. Put him on Legends. Let him go around time doing his Oliver thing.
Because everything seems so minuscule. What they're dealing with when we know a huge crisis is coming that we knew from day one.
But again, it's what you said. We're saving the budget.
We're
waiting. So it's what's Oliver dealing with this week?
Oliver, you've got to do your taxes.
I didn't have a job in 10 years. I've been
but there's all that income you're keeping offshore on the island.
If only I could use my bamboo arrows instead of my
titanium
arrows.
Do my 1040 EZ.
What a fucking racist name is Mirakuru. Like, it's like, oh, Daredevil must die. Or, we are not a Chinese businessman from Star Wars.
It came
Mirakuru
from a
is
little
miracle.
Chinese dude on the island.
Yeah,
It's
Mirakuru.
Mirakuru. Yeah, Mirakuru. It's not racist.
Did you
about
expect
that.
him to say a sloppy Joe mix? It's Mirakuru.
No,
His damn language.
It's right there with unobtainium. It's it's Mirakuru.
No, it's unattainable. It's unattainable. Like,
Oh, you didn't like Avatar either?
No.
No, oh, God damn it. Look, you can't bring shit up like that.
Whoa,
And
whoa,
don't,
whoa, whoa,
for the
whoa.
love of God, bring up
If we speak about Avatar, if we speak about Avatar, there's only one Avatar, and his name is Aang.
Boom.
Case point. Period.
And he's got enough blue on him. All right. So,
No, he has just the right amount of blue.
Yes.
All right, prediction. What do you think is going to happen after the Crisis?
yeah. I think it's a team series that's going to come out,
Yeah,
honestly.
Well, a new one? Because they already have the best team series there is with Legends of
I mean,
Tomorrow.
Legends is bouncing
great.
around through time and whatever, but
You need someone grounded in that time.
But
If we get a time jump.
I got to answer that. They try to get a not Birds of Prey, but
oh,
new Birds of Prey because they try to backdoor that with the Arrow when they had the Black Canary Society wherever in the future because it's supposed to be like Black Siren, Black Canary, and Oliver's daughter make a new Canary squad. But that was like rumored to go around like they're thinking about.
That would be cool, but I still want to see a team set up in some headquarters, where they could get to all other cities. I'd like to see the Watchtower actually, become
I
a
hope
thing.
that's a building block because that would be really cool to see that.
Yeah.
So then we can have more of these
universe,
heroes and universes.
And the fact that you bring that up, because before they were always talked about Black Lightning always being separate, not connected to the other Earth.
Separate but equal.
But equal, yes, which is weird. But now he's going to be a part of this. So I'm like, you
not
bring
like
up a new
three-quarters
team.
of a series or something like that. Okay.
So you bring up a new team and like, boom, the Outsiders. If they put it all on one Earth, you can have Thunder or Lightning be a part of that squad. Then you can have Cisco create the devices to open the other portals. Then all the other characters that aren't legends you could bring in, like Mr. Terrific, Watchdog, and all these other people floating around, like Thea, for example, even Roy. Then you also will have Martian Manhunter. You have Guardian.
Do you
Red
think,
Tornado.
No, fuck Red Tornado. We're never going to see him again.
But you have
He's never coming back. He's never coming
all
back.
these other characters
display
that they
case
can
in the
use in some way, shape, or form. If they decide to do a team show. I think
In
they should be
obligatory
the
memory of Red Tornado.
is Supergirl? She's still on her own world, right?
Yeah, she's
So
still
do you
on
think
Earth
after
one.
this crisis, her world is going to merge with
Yeah,
ours?
that's what I'm thinking.
Same with
Again,
the Superman.
It's all going
Well,
to
her
come down to
Superman,
one
like,
new universe.
because he's supposed to be getting his own series too.
Damn.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
I didn't
because
know that.
Supergirl
Supergirl is Lane, aren't they?
Yeah, it's supposed to
Okay.
be like Lois and Clark too, but Supergirl might be in it as well.
But still, there needs to be a team. There needs to be a team.
I just said
What would
that.
you, what would you
feels
like
like
to
that.
see as a team?
Everything I just said was my pitch for
Yeah,
this.
It's not Arrow. I think that's
What
played out now.
would be
but-
cool because
So
these DC the DC Universe app TV shows, they don't intertwine with CW at all, do they?
Not yet.
So there's some
There's a rumor.
rumors that
All right, I
the
got
Titans
this.
are going to show up
I got this
in
too.
this crisis because
Because
it's so
whoever
time
said
to go.
Outsiders, I would love to see an Outsiders.
Yeah, that was me.
That would like even.
Well, look,
And then Stargirl is supposed to debut in this crossover too, and she's supposed to have a DCU series, which is also supposed to be shown on the CW for a limited amount of time as
with
well.
all of the cameos that we've already talked about, all the ones that they said we're getting, even fucking Burt Ward, the oldest
Kevin Conroy too.
Kevin
yes,
Conroy?
the Batman.
You know who I want to see? Green Lantern.
I would
him.
give for any Green
if
Lantern.
Diggle comes up,
any
as,
Green
I
Lantern.
hope Diggle because he like I saw
On
from
that
what I
alternate
watched
Earth.
with from what I
Diggle.
watched with Arrow.
yeah, on the
he was
alternate
an
Earth,
awesome
yeah.
actor.
Oh, it's Green
Did you not
Lantern.
see the what was it, Elseworlds, where Jay Garrick goes, John, where's your ring?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he's like,
No, I didn't see
what?
Oh!
And the audience all
Did you
shat
watch this
themselves.
past episode of The Flash?
No, I haven't watched last week's.
Okay,
Is that the one where they?
find
Flash.
Zack Snyder's cut? Yeah.
Oh, that was the thing that destroyed Earth 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
From its awesomeness.
because we did it. We had a Lantern reference, and then we had the Snyder Cut reference.
I've
Hey,
been-
mention Batman versus Superman and see what happens.
Okay.
I've been waiting for
I'm
Green
so
Lantern
ready
since-
to flip this table on both of them.
You don't want a nice tall glass of Granny's peach iced tea?
Oh no. Oh no, I just got that reference.
Hey Lois, how about you just get in the tub with me?
Yeah, like, why?
Or I get in the
Why
tub
would I
with
get in the
you.
tub with you?
I don't know.
So, okay, there's a chance that we'll see Titans show up. Or at least some reference to them.
Yes.
Because this is the Infinite Worlds Crisis. This is everyone. This is all of it.
That's so that would be cool. I think it'd be a tough thing to sell to the audiences that are already following like Arrow and Flash, because there's a huge backstory in all of the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, but all you have to do is reference them, and then, I mean, I guess it wouldn't make sense if they're rolling it all into one thing.
Yeah, but
you have to keep them excluded.
Not really, because it's not gonna make any sense. We have Kevin Conroy pop up like, "I'm an old Batman in a suit." Okay, we're here now.
And I say this in the most loving
You
way
gotta
that I
treat
can.
your fans like they have some type of intelligence. You'd be like, "Hey, I'm from a different Earth. We're the Titans." Oh, I'm pretty sure you know who Titans are because you watch a DC show. You know about Teen Titans Go. You know about Teen Titans. It's a certain audience.
Right, but if they're having to condense them down to one universe, there's no way.
No,
we're
I
gonna see
don't
that.
think that's gonna happen.
I think that's what's going to happen with the multiverse. Like we were just saying at the end of Crisis.
Yeah, but
it's
then
all
again-
got to be consolidated.
Then what Batman's gonna be that Batman? Because in Batwoman he's gone. In Titans there's a whole Batman, a whole Robin,
Well,
all these other heroes that already exist.
Just because there's all these different versions, because we're going to see multiple Supermen,
yeah.
doesn't mean when it all gets consolidated into one, there's two Supermen going around. It means some of them get pulled off into what is it in the comic books? It's like a white space almost, where they're all
Purgatory?
just kind of. Where they're living and they're watching the one universe play itself out.
Oh, is that the Crisis?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when Alexander Luthor, he says he can save Lois.
Yes.
But truly only one of them would survive. So he saved Lois, but she ends up dying, and that's
and
how
they're
Infinite Crisis
and so they're
starts.
watching the
So it's
the
like their
new
version of the
formed-
White Hot Room.
Kind of, and they're watching
sorta.
the new formed universe, which was the main continuity universe at that time in the
Wouldn't it
comics.
be like the Monitor Room?
Well, kind of.
Would you
And
think
that's the thing.
that Alexander Luthor is going to come and try to save certain heroes?
I don't think we're going to necessarily see Alexander Luthor, but I think we will see
Some character.
what's
fill
his
that
name?
space.
Ducky, the guy who's been playing Lex. In,
Lex, yeah.
in Supergirl. I think he
John
will.
Cryer?
John
Yeah, the
Cryer.
best. The best live action Lex
Yes,
we've had.
he's been amazing. I think he'll be the one with the plan, and I think he'll be like, I
But
can
if he's-
save this, but
Because he's not dead, but he's dead though.
no one ever really dies.
Like he's somewhere floating in the AI system that Lana's fucking around with on Supergirl.
But-
I put money, he pop up.
Just
with
because these heroes consolidate to one universe doesn't mean that they exist anymore. They're kind of watching, and in the comics, they're watching the main continuity universe go on, and they're like, the wrong universe was saved.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, they're like the wrong.
darkest
Yeah,
timeline.
no, that's so messed up.
That would be
We
cool.
would have done better, and that's where Superboy Prime comes in, and it's
Yeah,
like
that gives that gives
And
CW
Let me,
like,
I'm gonna punch
like-
this dimension.
And also, 100 years down the road, when the Anti-Monitor goes all the way to Riot, and then it starts Blackest Night, and then that's a crossover I want to see in 10 years.
Oh, yeah, because then he just fucks off back to Legoland, and it's like, come on, buddy, what were you gonna say?
I don't have any damn idea.
Legoland.
No, I was gonna say. So this idea about the wrong universe was saved. They'd give CW like 2 years easy to have Bizarro Flash or obviously Reverse Flash.
I just want to see Bizarro anywhere.
Something like that, but cruise along for a couple of seasons, learn to love him, learn to hate him, and then all of a sudden the wrong universe was saved.
Wait, what?
That's the best thing.
And that's how we
because-
bring Oliver back. Like, nah, buddy.
After he gets done,
We
what's
fucked up.
Steve Armell doing anyway?
Wrestling. He got a new wrestling TV series coming on Stars, I
Yeah,
believe.
so he's not wrestling. He's a wrestling actor.
That's-
is
is
he on
wrestling.
AEW?
That's funny.
Which one is he on? AEW?
Well, he used to do a lot of things with Cody Rhodes, but his
Wait,
show is
he's
called.
going to AEW?
No, well, he's done things with Cody Rhodes before he got AEW started, but the name of his show is going to be called Heels, when you basically play a heel wrestler. I believe it's going to be on Stars or Showtime. That's what he's.
AEW's. I've been watching it.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
really
god,
legit.
dude!
It's
If you're not
fun.
watching AEW, fuck Crisis on Infinite
Make 'em
Earths.
say,
Be watching some
"Oh."
AEW.
The Young Bucks, dude.
The Young
they
Bucks
kick ass.
trying to have a super kick party. Hell yeah.
Okay, so coming to the end of this,
Did we even talk about it?
that's
Okay.
the best part about Crisis. Like Ryan said at the beginning, he's read it twice, and you're still not sure what you picked
So
up from
this
it.
is the Crisis.
And don't worry, it'll come back again.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. There's always
Okay.
going to be another one.
All right. So all we know so far is that the Monitor has told both Arrow and Flash
See.
that they're gonna have to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Yep.
Something's a coming. Dun.
And also, he was talking to Lila about that shit too, and Lila kept it from everybody.
Yeah, but the point is, something's coming.
He's sneaky.
When does Crisis start on television?
Oh, December 8th.
December 8th.
Jinx.
So it's like right around the corner. So in a week, we'll get to start the Crisis.
And
right?
it starts on Batwoman, guys. Hey,
Batwoman.
Really? Okay, I don't want another scenario kind of like I was like, because me and my family will watch Flash together. So I was like, guys, we got to watch Supergirl. And I was like, when's it going to happen? And then at the last 2 minutes, I'm like, oh, there's a portal. Oh, wait, it's almost 7. And then it was over. I didn't even need to watch this.
Welcome to me watching any new episode of The Good Place.
Yes. Or it's like that comic book. You see the villain on the cover or that action secret on the cover. You read it, and it's the last page. It's like...
Or Wolverine stabbing anybody on the cover or something. And
it's all,
in the book.
it's all him just talking to some old man. Like, I was there with you.
So what I want from each of you, just want one last bit. What is a cameo, or I guess... We know some of the cameos. What's an interaction you'd like to see between different versions of these heroes? And I guess, do you want Oliver to die?
Well, okay. Do I want Oliver to die? No, actually. I think he's about the only... careful what I'm about to say here. The only realistic series here. He's got to actually jump. He can't fly. He's got to shoot an arrow. Yeah, he can shoot like 3 in 30 seconds, but, still, you got to shoot an arrow to accomplish something.
I can't shoot one in 5 minutes.
Now, I know that he spent about 28 years in that 3 years on the island, but still...
5 years.
And then...
Time is an illusion. The universe is a hologram.
And so, I get all that. So I know it's all fantasy, but I do like Arrow. It's dark enough. It's a little bit weird how they get back to Ra's al Ghul all the time, but still...
he is a constant.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't use Batman, so they made Oliver Batman.
So I'm of two minds. So I want... Arrow to die, Steve Armel to leave? No. Do I want Arrow to die? No, but it's probably what's going to happen. It's been around quite a while. So there's that. But what interaction do I want? I still like so I have limited exposure to it, but I do like the buddy cop relationship between Arrow and Flash.
Because that's going to be the last time we see them do this.
There's no reason why that should work. Does it happen at all? But anyway, so that's what I like to see. It's already happened.
They love each other like brothers. They really do.
And they're going to be.
This is the last time we're going to see them do this.
They're going to hold each other, by the cheeks, looking each other in the eyes right at the last minute.
Now, how can
Tropic Thunder?
How can they look each other in the eyes if they're holding each other by the cheeks?
Do I need to demonstrate this to you, Daniel?
Oh, face cheeks.
Yes, face cheeks, Daniel.
Not bat cheeks.
But if you're facing each other, you can kind of reach around. You're not seeing it, listeners, but my hands are like grabbing the ass.
And it feels good. It feels good. Yeah. It's a solid grab.
There's cupping.
It's a
but
decent
anyway,
ass.
it can be done. And this is, the Flash can just run real hard into it.
Not while holding him. He's going to kill him.
Okay.
He could face shift through his body and grab his cheeks.
Come here, Oliver. Grab the cheeks from the inside out.
Ryan, let's give me your answer before I die.
Interactions, you say?
And do you want Oliver to die?
No, because he had one of the better runs out of, I think, all the CW shows. Mm-hmm. I really like the first, second, and third seasons. But then during the later seasons, it's kind of a trend with the CW. It gets more drama. But they draw you in very well. But I also, personally, I thought the Arrow Island backstory was a little bit better than the actual story going on. Yeah. But, no, I don't want him to die, but it might happen. I'm not sure. And interactions, I want to see Green Lantern and Green Arrow.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. Yep.
Mr. Faucheux.
So, big shocker here. I would love a scene that I didn't get from a Marvel movie because I thought it was going to do in Civil War. But now that Black Lightning is part of the event, I would love just a shot of all the black heroes together doing some type of action spread with Black Lightning, Diggle, Firestorm, Vixen, Mr. Terrific, just all of them. Wally West is doing their thing. You don't have to be in game and stop it we got you, brother. We don't need one of those type of moments, but just seeing them all together doing something real quick.
I've seen this 1960s blacksploitation
Can you dig it?
put together.
Black Dynamite's out there. Dolomite's out there. Donald Glover is front and center.
Brothers and sisters doing the job together would be so shocking.
Jordan LaForge comes in.
Spinner Rooney. But yeah, I would. That's something just me being me. I would love to see that. Also, I would love to see Firestorm is also one of my favorite characters, so maybe we could see like the original Ronnie and Jackson.
Caitlin's still single, so
doing something together, or even like just with the original Firestorm and Caitlin and Killer Frost doing some type of tag team, they back together type scenario. I would love to see that. And let's just keep it short. And as far as Oliver dying, I'll be fine if he dies. You know, nobody ever really stays dies in the comic books, especially even in the comic book series. There's always a Lazarus Pit. Unless he has to walk off into the sunset with the Monitor or some shit like that,
or gets Tony Stark exploded.
Yeah, and I'll be okay with that because
Stark exploded.
Yes, because they already set us up for his demise. So if he goes, he goes. I'm gonna feel sad, but we have our memories, and then they can always give us another flashback of multiple things and adventures he did that we didn't know about, which I think will happen if they decide to go forward with the series.
Don't be sad because it's over, Kelsey. Be blessed because it happened.
Still get tears anyway.
All right, Daniel, put your money.
I want Oliver to die.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna start there.
So we all know how Flash dies. How do you think Oliver is gonna die? Has it already shown?
No. And now, I mean, it could be something big and exploding.
And we've seen Barry die multiple times.
I think he's gonna put an arrow in backwards.
I was actually. I was gonna say, he's fighting and Anti-Monitor behind him grabs one of his arrows and just.
Or he uses ray technology and he becomes the arrow and they shoot him into the Anti-Monitor.
Get in the kid!
Because he's full of positive energy and he goes inside his heart and explodes.
I don't know how he's going to die, though.
I think it's going to be something... I think they're going to try and probably succeed because they've got the fan base of doing something as big and impactful as I Am Iron Man snapped with the fingers. Mm-hmm. Now,
you failed the multiverse and he pulls back.
You failed the multiverse.
Whatever mulligan arrow he has and he shoots him.
But it comes back around and just gets him in the neck. Yeah. I hope that Flash just disappears and there's not like an epilogue for him, like showing him running, chasing the bullet. I think when he disappears, it should be like that moment where you feel that the room got quiet and everyone's just kind of like...
the very final scene,
or
something like that.
Season.
And he's just gone, and you're just like,
and 10 years, like if they do the time jump, they don't speak about it.
Nope, it's just, I think that's the way that they should come across for that one.
Just a Flash statue up in the city. That's it.
We know that happens.
The Flash Museum,
yes,
that's a really good point.
That's how we get that. The interaction I'm really excited for is Brandon Routh and Kevin Conroy because they're both from Kingdom Come. And that Batman and Superman, because they're gonna have to work together on this, and it's like, ooh, I want 2 sentences of the animosity between them at this point, but like having to.
Do you think Roth will interact with Roth?
I hope so.
But the way they've been talking about it, I don't think we're gonna get that.
Maybe
it's just
not.
Gonna be at the back of someone.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be back as the Atom. They're just alluding that he's only back as Superman.
Really?
Yeah, but then again, we don't.
Adam
keeping a lot of things.
We'll go full on Paul Rudd and be like, "Is that me?"
Yeah.
Hey,
somebody's gonna be like, "Haircut."
Yeah.
Haircut.
Yeah, nice beard. I see you've copied my beard.
It's gonna be
a Marvel reference.
You got any product in that hair? Something like that.
All right. Well, that just about does it for us today. Ryan, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Where can the people find you? What would you like to plug? How do the do?
My hair is great.
There it is.
It's the best it's been in 23 years.
See, some people understand when I speak.
I mean, I don't really have any social media anymore. Just break for a while. But you can follow us at Trinary Band on Facebook.
Now, do you have a mouse in your pocket, or are you part of a collective? Which us are you talking about?
Mouse?
Mouse in your pocket.
You said you can find us.
That was.
I was like, dude, did I tell you about the time I found a mouse under my bed?
Are you Richard Gearing right now?
No.
All right. Did the mouse have a motorcycle?
No, my cat brought it in. So
Tom and Jerry.
So Trinary Band, Facebook, us, me, my dad, my brother, band. We have a show February. I don't know. I'll figure out the date. You'll have to post it. But we're going to be playing alongside Ozonic. Ozonic, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ozonic, yeah, at Sunshine Studios.
Okay,
and if you guys want to come out.
If I know what day it is, I could probably plan for it.
Yeah, I mean, if I knew what day it is, I could probably plan for it. It's in February, so I have a time to
Valentine's Day, probably.
Yeah, probably. You guys are a Valentine's show.
Is there a Black History Month discount?
Yeah.
I'm there.
TJ, can I get your latitude and your longitude, please?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would love it.
No. So I have no presence on social media. You can't find me. Please stop trying.
I won't. I will never give up on you.
It's getting a little annoying.
The fans are just overwhelming.
That being said, I do want to plug a pretty fabulous beer I've been drinking here. Way too many of them because I'm not quite as versed on the CW verse. Anyway, and it's a Son of a Baptist coffee stout with cocoa nibs here, and it's wonderful. But I gotta tell you, it's Epic Brewing does not acknowledge me. They won't answer my calls. They don't endorse, support, or otherwise approve of me in general. So anyway, the point is that I drink their beer and I love it. So that's it.
Wow, your relationship with the beer is the same as our relationship with Escape Velocity Comics.
That's right, except I don't have to be naked to drink at Epic Brewing, but it does help.
Yeah. Kelsey, what's going on in your life, brother?
Willing and dealing. Chilling like a villain. The same old, man. Just enjoying life, trying to catch up on all my geek stuff, I just caught up on Mandalorian.
Boom!
I binged Dollface on Hulu. I recommend that series for anybody that was a New Girl fan and you need a new girl in your life to scratch that itch. You definitely should fucks with that. Kat Dennings, she's in it. You might know her from Thor movies, the first two. She played Darcy, and then also Margot Robbie, executive producers as well. You know her as the big screen version of Harley Quinn. So that's what I kind of been doing.
What's the show?
Right now. Dollface.
Dollface.
Yes, it's funny. It's
exactly
quirky. I like it. And of course, you can always find me on Instagram, Snapchat, Kels for Show, or Facebook by my government name. So yeah.
Ryan, please put your hands down. Ryan, stop. We're gonna go to you here now. Just okay, Ryan. What else to talk about?
I just have one more thing to plug. Me and my buddy, we recently opened up a shop on Shopify.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
It's a lot of custom designs, and we even have a Christmas stocking out.
I've seen them. Okay. You showed me. They look really, really fun.
Okay, Shopify. We have that. We have. We're still currently working on design. So if anybody, we're trying to look for artists or anybody else. We have tapestries, throw pillows. We're looking into doing T-shirts, and we're just looking to do a lot of personalization. So if you guys are interested, go to Shopify, and we also have shadowleafdesigns.com. Okay. So if you want to head on over there, we'll have a link to our shop.
Is there a place for them to reach you to work? Reach out to work with you?
Yeah. So we could write it out. It's I think it's CH&RR@outlook.com.
Okay.
So CH&RR@outlook.com.
And we'll go ahead and throw a link in the descriptions for that. We had someone come by today to give us a little handout here. Apparently at UCCS they have a mindfulness, peace, purpose, and perspective evening of contemplation and consideration. It's got some guy with a PhD named Mike Kisley, Roger Mancastropa. Yes, it is Friday, December 6th.
Apologies to the 6 different cultures we just offended.
Miguel Kisley, Roger Mancastropa, and
we're trying.
My accent is a little too thick.
Exactly. They will correct this, and we will get better.
That is going to go. That's going to be this Friday, December 6th, 5:30 to 7 at 102 South Tejon. Go ahead and check that out. It is free and open to the public, and there will be food and drink. You guys can always find me on Facebook or at the shop or waiting for you as you get out of the shower. That's me. I've got the towel. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Escaping Podcast. If you have anything you'd like to talk to us about, any juicy memories or hopes for the future, go ahead and reach out to us on any of those platforms. Today we leave you with Homebound by Native Station. They are a local band, and they've got a show coming up at the Basement in Oscar Blues on January 25th with Stray Sons and Nikki Guirin, and that's going to go ahead and start at 8 that day. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We do have a Patreon set up now. If you think we deserve a little bit of money for what we do here, please go ahead and check that out. We've got some bonus episodes up, including my personal favorite, The Bounty of Verdito. It is our Mandalorian series. We're actually about to record another episode and put that up there. You're going to want to listen. It's hot. It's heavy. We're naked. We're ready. Check it out. Throw us some cash. We'll do our best to make it worth your while. Remember, folks, there can only be one chum bucket.
And just remember, guys, if you ever feel like you're tired of being trapped in your own universe, you can always Superboy Prime punch your way out of that son of a bitch and become an escapee. Stay uncanny, y'all.
Smart for my own good, too big for my own hood. Left my bed, I've been depressed. I'm glad you've called, I've been a mess. Hey, I've been hearing that you moved back home, where you're more well known. Probably change your phone, did a little more going. I'll come home when I'm ready. Come home when I'm steady. Too much to drink, I must confess. I ain't been well, I've been a wreck. See, I've been losing track of day and night. Yeah, it's been a darker time. Pray for the flight I'm on, keep the porch light on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We swore we'd make it out this small town. They city lights make us feel small now. When I escape, there can be no doubts left behind. I'll keep on running till I'm homebound. Moonshine is in season, been seasoned since you've seen me. I hate me 'cause I love you, I love me, so I'm leaving. See, I've been thinking I should let you go, but it's hard for sure. I ain't changed my phone, did a lot more going. We swore we'd make it out this small town. The city lights make us feel small now. When I escape, there can be no doubts left behind. I'll keep on running till I'm homebound. I hate dead end roads and cul-de-sacs. Can you let me out of here? Everyone has left, I guess I'm last. This is everything I fear. This is everything I feel. This is everything I feel. We lived a straight